Welcome back to Funded Squad YouTube channel. Today I'm joined with one of our quad trader who has recently got his first payout from Funded Squad. If you are new to the channel and you don't know about Funded Squad, we are a proprietary trading firm offering you 4 different funding options. Whether you like to trade instant funding, we give you the best instant funding on a monthly subscription. We offer one-step challenge, we offer two-step challenge with the lowest profit target of 6%. And also we just introduced a new two-step challenge. If you want to check that out, make sure to use the link in description. Congratulations, Dhaval. You just got your first payout from Funded Squad. Tell me something about yourself. Who you are? Where are you from?
Hi. First of all, thanks a lot for the payout. I am a chartered accountant from India, and I didn't really trade forex markets or a lot of that since this year only I've started. Before that, I was in the Indian markets. I was in the scene for about 6, 7 years, and I only used to do options. So when the expiries, like some of the regulations were changed and it was not really easy to make money, so I transitioned myself into forex. First I started with some real account, but in India it is not really allowed because there are some restrictions. Then I came across a few firms, one or two firms I tried, but I didn't really get the hang of it. Then I eventually ended up knowing about Funded Squad, and that is how I started. And I've blown about like 5, 6 accounts. Even you can check that also. And matlab I have cleared phase one 3 or 4 times, but I lost my account in phase two. So I thought ki why even risk and make so much of percent and then eventually lose an account. So I eventually bought an instant account, which is also very good. Like the rules are very simple, very clear. And yeah, from this year only, I've started trading in Forex, and mostly I trade in gold only.
Well, that's a good thing. I see that you are about to get your second payout as well. So congratulations for that. I'm sure like after this interview, we're going to be rolling out your second payout. So, you came across Funded Squad. You gave us a try. What's your experience so far? How is it going so far with Funded Squad?
Yeah, it is really being flawless from the support to the risk team to the payouts. Like everything is really good. Like the one or two firms I tried, I'm not saying I've tried all the firms, so I cannot say for that. But for this firm, I can really say the support is top notch. Like the second you message, the next second you get the reply, and the risk team is also very very quick. Like within 1 day or 2 days, they review your account and give you an update about what is going on. And the payout is also very very quick. Like I think I when the payout was processed, I received it in about an hour or so. Even like I think it was even less than an hour. So all in all, it's very good. Plus the models that it has. So the basic was one step, two step, but the instant account is also there, and then you also have an incentive for each of that. Like if you make 10%, you can double your account. So a lot of things are really working in my favor. Firstly, when I tried, I didn't really get the hang of it, but the rules are so like not like they deny you the payout or they are trying to make you lose money, but they were in a way trying to teach me discipline is how I look at it. So I really learned a lot from those rules, and I now know how to really control myself. So all in all, it was a very good experience.
That's a perfect thing. You learn to control your risk. Hence the reason why you were able to make 5% to request a payout. And then on the second time again, on the same account, you're again up 5% and you're gonna get your second payout as well. So
Mm.
yeah, kudos to that you have been doing good. Tell me, how did you develop your trading strategy? Like how you trade, what type of pairs? Is it only gold or you also look at other forex pairs or maybe indices? How do you trade?
Like I am really new to that. I used to trade Indian markets, so I knew about charts and all. And I've studied about financial markets a lot because I am a CA, which is like considered a really tough course in India and all that. And like I knew my way around it, but then I knew about charts. So in January, when I started with gold, because I saw all over Instagram that gold was the one people were making money from. So I started with that. So I tried different time frames. I tried 1 day, I tried 30 minutes, but like I was not really getting the hang of it. So then I came across something that was that markets really have a cycle, or they are fractal in nature. So there are certain sessions, there are certain times when the market will move more than what you really think it will. So then I changed my strategy from charts and price to time and price. So now I look at it in a way key. So now it is 1 a.m. in India and 3:30 gold closes, like it closes for an hour. So now there is not a lot of liquidity. In the morning when it opens, so if there is a news on some pair, like usually there is news on AUD or NZD. So if there is some news, then it will give a move. And in the London session, usually it goes up, and in the evening when there is the New York session, usually there is some news. So I back tested the timing, like when is the day when it will like go up and what is the weekly trend. So the weekly trend helped me identify whether the market will really go up or go down. And then I changed into timing. So what are the timings where gold can make a peak or it can make a low? And then I find out where the liquidity is and I just simply trade that.
That's a good thing. You look for the liquidity and you have timed your entries very well. You know exactly what you're looking for. And it's incredible that you just started in January, over like 3 months ago, and you actually learned a lot in a short period of time. And it's not like you only learned, you actually implemented everything and you are seeing the results. You're getting payouts. It's not like you're just seeing the results on demo account. You're trading the live account and you are getting payout as well. Like first payout and now it's going to be second payout.
Yeah.
You definitely had some experience, of course. When you were looking into markets, when you started learning, what do you think made you learn really quick other than your professional?
So what I really think helped me was that I didn't really look for fancy stuff. Like people were saying, "Oh, this is some liquidity here. This is some price action. This is some smart money. These are some concepts." So I didn't really complicate it. The only thing I learned was that markets have a cycle or they are fractal in nature. All I looked for was how can I backtest that cycle and make one particular plan. So I didn't really try to complicate with, oh, this zone, this is a block, this is where people really look to buy and all of that. All I did was I looked for the time, I looked for the price and what really could happen in the market. So I only went to make one single plan, and yeah, I think I have found my plan as of now. Like I try to trade one session and I know ki if the market is really bullish, and I just see on the weekly candles where the market is heading. Right now the gold is only heading up, so I just look at it from that point of view. I look at my time and just one entry confirmation I use, 55 or 200 EMA I use for entry confirmation, and that is all. Like 4 or 5 criterias I have. If that fulfills and it works, so it is well to go for. And I didn't really try to complicate a lot. Like I tried to find out about different pairs, but I found out that every pair has a very different nature. So if I try to specialize in 12 other pairs, then I might lose out on this. So I just focused on one pair. Not like I haven't traded them, I have, but yeah, eventually I settled on to gold.
That's a good thing. Tell me about your risk management. How much risk that you're taking on each trade, and if a trade is going in loss, then how are you managing it?
So my risk management is very simple. So the I basically use a reverse calculation system. So for 100 squads, like for me to have a payout, I have to have 5 days with at least 0.5% of profit. So my first aim is like if I want to really make 0.5%, I will not really risk more than 0.5 or 0.7%. And if for 3 or 4 days, like I have a buffer, if I have made profit, so I have a buffer of about 1.5 to 2%. And that buffer is what I use for increasing my risk. So from point 0.5, I risk more. So when I made 2%, I increased my risk from point 0.5 to about 1%. So that increased risk helps me like achieve my targets more. And since my strategy is very, very simple, that I can find a session, find the time, and just take the trade. So I don't really need to have a lot of pips as SL, because I know that if gold really makes a high or a peak during the London session, which is 5 p.m. IST or 2:30 p.m. IST. These are the two times where it usually makes a peak. So if I identify that peak and I take a trade, I don't really have a really big SL. So Even today also, like I closed my trade really early because I just thought I'll just request a payout and like I'm done. But the target I was looking for, it was almost about 1:6. So that is a very, very big target for the amount of risk I'm taking. So first 2% I'm very conservative. After that, I increase my risk to 1%. Even if I go into a loss, like I know I'll get it back the next day or the next, because I know ki gold will move and I will identify the liquidity or the time where it is. So whenever it moves, I can easily do a 1:3 and take my account back into profits. So I really don't panic into that if I'm having a loss.
That's wonderful, man. Where do you see yourself in the upcoming 1 to 2 years? Now you have started trading and you're seeing good results. Where do you see yourself?
Yeah, so I am not really looking at it from a trading point of view. I'm looking at it from a business point of view. That I've invested 6, 7 accounts I've loaned, so I've almost spent about $400, I guess. And my first payout was 755. So I still have 355 of dollars in profit. So what I try is ki when I receive the second payout, I'll have about 1,200 to $1,300. Out of it, like I'll start reinvesting about $400 or $500. I'll try and reinvest. I'll buy a challenge account for about 100K or 200K, and then I'll also buy an instant account for 50K. So that way I can like keep on increasing my capital. My main goal is not a lot. I really just need about 4 to 5% a month. And I think that should be enough when I keep on increasing my capital.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Three recommendations you would like to give to fellow traders who are watching. What would you say to them that how they should be trading and reaching their profit goals, their trading goals?
So my first goal would be to not really panic and take decision based on panic. So when you are like a 1% or 2% down, you still have like 6% more of risk to take. So don't really panic from that. You still have 6% of risk, or if you have a 6% drawdown account, you still have 4% of risk. Even if you risk 1% for 4 trades, and even if one of it gives you 1:3, you're back in profits. So don't really panic, just look at it from a probability point of view. And second thing is not to really be very harsh on yourself. Like if you blow an account, that's really fine. Like you lost, you can say you just lost one trade because let's say one account is $150. You can say, okay, I lost one trade. That's not really a big deal. So don't really be very harsh on yourself. You can keep trying. And third one will be to keep a very, very basic and simple strategy and have certain set of rules that when you see that setup and you can back test it, you're confident about it, you can just look at those rules and act upon that. So don't really try to overcomplicate and put your trade everywhere. Yeah. Like one simple strategy or even two or one or two pay.
Got it. Got it. So, well, that was really great talking to you, Dhaval. And thank you so much for jumping on the interview today. Congratulations again for your payout. And guys, if you are new to the channel, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I will see you guys in the next interview. Thank you for watching.